Josh here. Today I got another VOD review for you guys. You guys gave a lot of support on the last video, so I decided to carry on these. This is going to be another code from my Reddit post that I made. I've got quite a few responses on that, so I'm going to work through them. Quick little bit about me, if you guys don't know me, I'm going to go with 4.4 peak tank player. I've played in 2 seasons of Open Division, and I've coached players all the way from bronze up to the kind of 4.5 plus scrim teams that I've played with and worked with in Open Division. As you can see here, pretty consistently 4-1. At the minute I'm pushing 4-4. So yeah, that's me. Today we're going to be looking at a diamond main tank. Now I actually I used to queue with this guy. So this is Sampai. He used to be my duo partner back when we were diamond players. This is a lot of him playing Winston, I think. Yep. So he says, ever since hitting master, I've taken long breaks of playing this game and basically lost it all. I'm barely a diamond now, and I need to know where I need to start improving to get back to the same level I was. Okay. Now, I'm not gonna lie, we used to queue back in like season 16, so I don't remember a lot about your play, my guy, but let's have a look. So, just gonna watch a bit, we'll see what we need to bring up, whether it's macro or micro. I'm more of a kind of mechanics type guy, but we'll see what we got. Okay, let's have a look at the comp first. So you picked Monkey. It's a watch point roll, so what the hell else are you gonna do? You know, fair enough. We've got a Diva, Mercy, Ana. It's pretty good. The May Doomfist is interesting, but you can't change your DPS player, especially in Diamond. And we're gonna be running into this interesting dive comp they're playing with a Lucio. So what we're gonna be looking to do here in this comp is they have no protection for their Ana. They've got a boot on the Lucio, and they've got peel from the Diva. That's it, right? So their Ana's a prime target. Their Ashe, if we see Coach Gun, that's a prime target. And potentially their Lucio, if he tries to make a dive, we can focus him out and we can pressure him. Other than that, we want to make sure not to feed Tracer too much pulse. Be aware of Ana's anti, which can be a big problem for Monkey as you go in. Yeah, let's just see what we do here. Okay, so let me just go back to literally the first few seconds of the round. So, what are we doing here? Okay, so this is the first thing. So this is a watch point Gibraltar specific thing. So in terms of Highgrounds and kind of ideal positioning, on this map, you obviously have like I forget that they have like a specific buzzword. I forget what they're called, but you can basically think of them as like god positioning, like spots, god spots, right? So Watch Gibraltar has 2 of the best god spots in the map, right? They have blue box, which is here, and they have the top of the spaceship on second point, right? So these spots are so good because you can hide behind this box, you can peek server, you can peek here. You can peek on the right and look at all of this area, and you can stand on top of blue and you can see bridge and also cart as it moves under the bridge, right? So this is where your Ana should be playing, right? What you want to be doing as a main tank, as an off tank, as one of your DPS, right? All of these people, they want to be contesting bridge. Now, no one is going to full fight on bridge, because it's not a good position for anyone, right? The defending team is stuck in a small room, right? There's no health packs. The only way out is through here, which could obviously be flanked by a Pharah, an Echo, the Tracer could get up here, the Diva and Monkey could hard dive your backline here, and you're stuck in this room. And this is completely in the open to every angle in the game, right? For the attackers. And they have to use movement abilities to get up here. But if you don't contest this high ground, they will take it for free, right? And that's what we want to get in our heads here. This high ground is useless for attacking here, because it's a small doorway, especially in a dive comp, small doorway. But for pressuring blue box and for pressuring this high ground, it's so good. If you have a Widow, or in their case an Ashe, you can sit here, you can just fire shots. And especially as you don't have a shield tank, it's got to be either your D.Va eating these bullets, or it's got to be your entire team playing out of LOS. And if your entire team's playing out of LOS, because obviously D.Va can't matrix the entire thing, then you're not getting value. It's forcing your team to play in this room, forcing your team to play behind this box, and you can't have impact in the fight, right? So the first thing you do at most ranks do this already, to be fair. I mean, your kind of backline's trying to do it, and I think D.Va was up there too at one point. You want to be sat in here, just like hiding. Their dive tanks, which they'll almost always be playing dive tanks on this map, they will jump up here and you just cleave. You know, you're going to be hitting 2 at once, maybe 3 if their Ashe decides to peek. And then obviously if they have a Genji or something, they'll try and peek 2. You're going to get cleave damage, you're going to push them off this high ground. They're going to drop, and they're going to try and look to engage here. So your job as a monkey is to sit here, hidden in this corner. You're going to cleave for damage, you're not going to take too much poke damage. Your Ana is here, you'll be aware of where your Ana's playing, because usually they'll play on blue box. Occasionally they will come here to support you for this first fight, and then rotate to blue box. So you're going to make sure you're not taking too much damage. You're going to just cleave a little bit, feed your Ana ult charge if you can, and then once the fight disengages, you back up. And you have, if no one is standing on this high ground, you have control of it, right? As defenders, because attackers have to use abilities to get up here, defenders don't. So your Mei can always run behind with this damage boost she's got and right-click someone to the face behind them, right? That's the power of this bridge, right? So the other thing is, what we try to do instead, because we decide not to do that, which, again, we should be doing that, but what we do is we drop here. Now, I honestly don't know why you did this. I assume it's because you heard D.Va coming up here and you wanted to get cleave damage on her. This is the worst position you could be in, other than directly down there. But even then, down there there's a mega health back. So you have more survivability down there. So here, you are out of LOS of your Ana, who's up here. Your Mercy can't easily beam you. There's no DPS supporting you. Your D.Va's miles away. And she was up here as well. And they have instant access to this height, to this like ledge, right? They have these stairs. And that's exactly where they come. D.Va and Tracer come up here, and we don't react quick enough. Even after doing all this, we could jump back up and we'd be perfectly fine, because Ana would heal us through this D.Va. And potentially we'd even catch this D.Va out, because she might overextend to try and kill us. But we don't react quick enough either. So I don't know whether you were just like, I don't know, zoned out or whatever, but this is really bad, you dying here. Your team did get the kill on their Winston, so they get a trade, but they have spawn advantage because the cart is right by the spawn. And then that also forces your team to fight here, which isn't ideal. They want to be on the high ground. And obviously as main tank you should be comming all the time too. You don't have to in this, to be fair, but ideally. This is a good jump for space. I like that. You don't engage too hard, you're backing up. Okay, you see Zanti, good. And you see Ashe is isolated, that's good. Running back to your Ana, I like this. That jump's not necessary. So the thing with Winston is the only burst damage he has is his jump melee combo, which I'm sure you're doing. And jumping like that, you've been checking behind you as you're up here, which is good. You want to be aware of the situation at all times, right? And it's good, you have good awareness. You're aware that no one's up here. So why do you jump away? It's wasting a cooldown, and it's wasting your only burst damage, and it doesn't gain you anything, because your Ana can still hear you from where she is, right? If you drop down here, then you can try and jump this Tracer, and she probably dies instantly, or you can save jump to kill this Lucio, who I think ran in front of your face, and you didn't get to kill because you didn't have enough damage instantly, right? Good. I'd look to take high ground again here. Yeah, so your team's holding high. Your team's pushed up here. This is good because again you have sightlines over all of this. You can get info on the team. So what I would do is I was again jump as monkey up here, sit behind this box, potentially peek here, although back off when you see the Ashe, and just kind of look to get information. And then if you're spamming you out, just kind of hide here. Maybe play here, waiting for them to come under bridge, right? Because this bridge is such a powerful position, because the cart has to come under here. It's such a good choke because not only does the attacking team have to go through it, but you also have positioning, free positioning, because you can access it from server room. You have free positioning over them, right? And vertical shot's the hardest to hit. And Monkey, as the character that has a massive goddamn Tesla cannon, can hit everyone at once, right? So that's going to be huge damage, and that's going to get your ult up instantly. I mean, you're doing quite well for ult charge, considering you died instantly in the first fight. But, you know, that's just a thing to... Yeah, okay, you get there eventually. Good. I like this. It's denying the res if they had a Mercy, but they don't have a Mercy. But this is still info. Okay. I'm just gonna let this fight play out. Okay, got a little bit lost there, that's fine. Okay, right. I think we stayed up top too long. There are a couple of problems there, I think. So, I think coming here on bridge is fine once the Ash dies, because then we can scout, right? So you can stick your head around here and look at the team. Now you don't do that, so you don't have any idea where they actually are. I think you're watching to try and spawn kill Ash, which, I mean, it could work, but you're playing main tank, and unless you're playing Bull, which has the hyper mobility to get in and out of the fight quick enough, I don't think this is the play. Because your team doesn't really have anything, because they've swapped onto a rush comp now. They have a Rhine. And your D.Va's just going to get run down if you leave her by herself, if she's not properly kiting, right? So I think what we do here is, because we know Ash is in spawn, and she hasn't come back yet, we peek here to see where their team is, and then we jump to land here, right? We cleave their team. Because the jump you do, not only do you do without vision, so you have no idea what you're diving into, but you also dive directly into their team. If you land here, yes, I mean the D.Va could be up here, right? But the rest of the team is not going to be up here, okay? So you can dive here, you can cleave them out, you can use bubble to protect yourself and back up and get healing, and you can just keep cleaving until you see an opportunity to dive a support or the Kree or something like that, right? So this dive seems like it's pure luck that you don't die instantly. Yeah, there is no scouting whatsoever here, so you have no idea what you're diving into. In a higher ranked game, this D.Va would be paying attention, would boop you off, and their entire team would run at you and kill you. Of course, you don't even have Primal at this point, so... I see you're trying to build it. You have jump now. Jump kills. Jump melee kills. You could jump melee. You always... Because Primal resets your jump cooldown, you can always jump melee and then Primal. Because that one knocks them back slightly, so it makes it easier to juggle them. And two, it's burst damage. And again, Winston loves his burst damage. Okay, that's unlucky. We lose him there. I mean, you kill him in the end. The other thing there is you don't need to swing constantly. It's better for you to time your swings with your jumps so that you have that hitbox as you go across them, which makes them easier to hit than to just continue swinging. Yes, you'll get more hits out, but that's only really needed if you're in a clump of enemies, which if you're in a clump of enemies, you're going to die anyway, right? And the other thing is, yeah, you hit your head on that ceiling, so just be careful of that. Because that's why you die here. If you land on her, you kill her. Going for that kill is fine, but you need to land on her to kill her. And then be aware of the Lucio. Okay, so your D.Va's swapped to Ryan now. Obviously, at this point, an off-tank would be preferable, but I know you're a main tank player, so whatever. frankly, at this point, I would be calling for Mercy to swap because she has nothing to damage boost. And you're playing double main tank, so you might even want a double flex support. Again here. It's way better for you to be on this high ground. Because for you to be here, if their Rhine backs up left side, right? Or this on this like ledge, you have to peek round the corner to see him. And then you're peeking their entire team. And again, your Anna, as she's here, she can see you. But if you peek around this corner, she can't, right? If you're on this box, maybe she can't quite see you, but you can peek right slightly to get healing. Yep. But even then, all you have to do is click backspace, and none of their team can see you, and you can still see their Rhine. Yes, their Rhine is backed up to the right side, so you can't shoot him. But if you land here, you probably get jump damage anyway, and then you can poke him out with the Tesla cannon, and then back off, back up to this box, or here, right? You just gotta be aware of how good, how important a high ground is, especially for a monkey when they have to go under you, right? That's so much cleave damage, and that you just gotta not get pinned there. You just gotta wait for it, see it coming. It's good. You're feeding on our ult charge. Come back up here, it's good. Okay, you've seen the Ash, now you're not going to peek him again. Your Mercy has the different ideas. Okay, hang on, I'm going to wait, I'm going to go over the nano bit in a second. So this is good. I like the fact that you're not scared of this D.Va, because this D.Va can't kill you. None of their team is going to push you from here. As long as you don't get antied, you're fine, right? And even if you do, you have jump to get away, and bubble. Okay? So I like that you're going on this D.Va. One thing you can do, so you started doing it at the end, right? So if you Tesla melee as much as you can, it does the same amount of damage, but obviously you're not using as much ammo, right? So that means you can continue shooting for longer with pretty much the same damage. Which means you just have to reload less, which is obviously ideal. That's just a little thing. Ash comes. Your team saves you. Okay, here. What are we jumping? Honestly, I think the main thing for you so far is just take a second before you jump. Just think about what you're trying to land on. Because you want to be hitting this Anna. Because this Anna dies. I mean, if you land on her, she dies without you shooting her. It's just a thing. I mean, she died anyway, but... yeah, that's unfortunate that we need to use that though. Again, I think you... okay. Again, I think you literally just knock him off if you're not spamming your left click and use it like methodically to try and knock him off. In terms of what you do when the Kree's ulting, you don't jump directly up because you'll just die. You either jump back here and hope you make it, or you jump behind him so he has to pick between killing you and killing the rest of your team. Right? But again, realistically, you shouldn't be here. You shouldn't have needed to primal there.
10 seconds remaining.
And remember, when you have nano, you can always look for a hard engage on the backline. Especially if you're about to build primal, because it can be your get out of jail free card. Yeah, you're not going to touch that. There's no point. Wow, he got up quickly. Yeah, you're dead here. There, it's better to die to the bomb. The bomb doesn't give ult charge. But you go into their team and you feed their Kree and their Lucio. Just die to bomb. If you know you're going to die, just die to bomb. It's a wasted ult, really. You shouldn't have used it. Okay, just have a quick think about. Again, this time you did look up before you jumped, right? So you saw that there was a D.Va and an Ashe there. You haven't seen Ashe use any cooldowns, so you can probably assume she has Coach Gun, right? And the D.Va's there next to her. She probably has boosters and missiles. You dive them. Ashe coaches you. D.Va missiles you. She shoots you. You die. That's a lot of damage. You're out of LOS of your healers, right? You've really got to think about where your team can see you and what you're diving and if it can kill you. This game, like, I've made it to 4-4, right? And yeah, I obviously have pretty good mechanics and I understand the game decently well, but I made it to, like, I would say I made it to 4K solely based on knowing matchups. Like, if you know what you can fight and when you can fight it, you'll just win. Just, you need to think about, okay, I'm diving D.Va Ashe, can they kill me? Ashe can Coach Gun me, I can't shoot them, then D.Va kills, Ashe kills, right? So that's a risky jump. If you want to force them off of this high ground, you soft dive here, instantly back off, or Ashe will Coach Gun you off yourself, and you don't even have to back off yourself, right? And then that will force them to move back, and then your team can push forward, because you're playing Double Bubble now, and Double Bubble wants to play as the monkey soft engages, builds nano, and your Zarya wants to brawl, right? Your backline wants to brawl. But your primary job is building nano for your Ana, so that you can hard engage their backline, and then brawl. That's how Double Bubble plays, right? So hard diving by yourself is never going to work, unless there's a target completely out in the open. And these are probably things you already know. It's just honestly sometimes it being pointed out in your games where you're actually making these mistakes is helpful. Okay, so your Mei's down, but this fight is still winnable. Again, I don't like that dive. Kree. Ana Lucia D.Va. Yes, your Zarya is next to you. But you don't have... Who's died? Ashe has died and Ana has died. So you don't have healing for a start. You're nowhere near your ult. Hang on. Let me just... We watched Ashe's Coach Gun, right? The better dive here is this high ground. The Ashe can only drop to escape. You're not diving directly into the middle of their team with a stun and a boop and a CC and an anti-nade and a boosters, and you can cleave them from above. The cart may be slightly too far for you to contest from here, but by the time the cart gets close, your Ana will probably be back and you can nano engage them, right? So what you want to be doing here is stalling time, stalling the fight out, so your team, because your team has respawn advantage, so all you need to do is stall this fight out, and then you probably win this map if you stop this cart before this checkpoint, because it's so difficult to take this point. Because you have this high ground, this high ground, this high ground, you've got this entire bridge section, your Ana can play up here, which is only accessible from these stairs. Like, it's such a hard position for attackers to retake, right? And as I said before, these like power positions, that's what they're called, not god positions. Spaceship is one, right? Because from the tip of spaceship, you can see every choke that the attackers have to walk through. Every single one. They can't go anywhere else, right? And if you want to peek 2 at once and not all 4, you press S. And now I can see 2. If you want to poke the 2 on the right, you move right. And now I can see, I'm a bit high, now I can see 2. You want to do the same on the other side? You go the other side, and you can see 1. You want to only pick 1? You can do that, you know? It's so good. And then you, obviously, if you play on the edge, and your Ana's playing up here, which she may or may not be doing because it's diamond, then you can be healed. Or you can play on the right, under the spaceship and you can just drop on them, right? The dive here is so much better. It forces Ash off high ground for one, so she has worse angles to shoot at your team at. It stops her being able to flank round and shoot your supports. And the main thing is you're not going to die if you dive here, right? Unless Diva boops you off or Lucio wall rides at you. But at that point, if it's taken you that long to realise that the Lucio's coming at you, it's your own fault, you know? It creates so much more space than just diving into the middle of the team. And the other thing is, honestly, use the Zarya bubble to escape, because at that point you're too deep in anyway. So your off tanks playing Mystery Heroes, so now we're on Hog. I don't hate that dive, that's a good bubble, that cuts off Ana heals. Okay. I'll just ignore the supports, because you could stagger Diva there, it doesn't really matter. Yeah, the Ana's too far. So once we kill the and go back 5-ish seconds. Right. So here, this is good, you get booped off, and you've forced them back. Okay, you also lost Hog here, so diving back in is definitely not worth it, because they again have spawn advantage, and you don't know how close this crew is from getting out of spawn. I know you want to get staggers, but you literally have 3 people alive, including you. So this fight is so not good. Not only do you not have healers, and these are 2 supports, so a main tank diving 2 supports by themselves, with no support from his team, the main tank dies every time. Especially if one of them's an Ana or a Bap, or a Zen, right? In fact, the only support line I would suggest doing this against would probably be, what, Moira Zen? Or Moira Mercy? Because Moira's a useless hero. Like, you're not going to win this fight. You just need to back up. You need to set up for next fight. You jump up here, waiting for your team to regroup. Or you jump down here if you feel like it. I would probably prefer up here, because then you can drop on your team and jump to get away, or you can hard dive their backline with the nano that you still have because you haven't taken a fight properly yet, right? So this is a really bad stagger, because your team managed to stall the car here, but now they're just going to push it for free. I think you were probably thinking about using Primal, but I'm glad you didn't, because it wouldn't have gained you a lot. Good dive. I don't know if you did the melee. Oh crap. I'm gonna slow it down. I can't actually see if you are. I'm just gonna say this. You probably are doing this, and you're probably doing it properly, so I can't see it. When you jump, when you land, literally a split second before you land, melee. Because you don't lose... the melee is a flat 30 damage, and the jump is, I think, 50. So you get 80 damage burst, right? This crew dies if you hit that melee, I think. Unless you did it. But if you didn't, then he would have died from the melee. And obviously you can Tesla before that melee and after the jump. So you get even more damage in, right? So that's just like a massive Winston mechanic. It lets you burst targets down quicker. It's the main problem with monkeys, he doesn't do enough damage. Okay, this is good. I want to see you dive on this box. I want to see you jump on this box. Their Ryan can't swing at you. You can literally just click the Ana behind him and then drop when she starts to back off, because you'll kill her. And you can probably kill the Ryan too with your team there. Because that's what you're risking, diving directly onto an Ana. You kill her if you jump on the box. Or if you jump behind him and bubble. But I think the bubble was down anyway. I like this positioning. This is good because again you don't have to jump to engage on them. Try and bubble around this Lucio. So the choice to back up was very good. I probably would have backed up the second that they got beat down off, right? But the fact you didn't actually drew their Rhine away from your team, which is good in itself, but it's a little risky because obviously this Kree can back up and just flash you. If you bubble on this Lucio and try and jump so that it boops him forward into your team, then he doesn't get healing and he insta-dies. Not sure what happened there. Yeah, there's not a lot you can do at that point. Yeah, so far it's holding high grounds, remembering that high grounds give you protection from abilities and melee stuff, and like high grounds are so good for monkey because you can just you can fall on them without having to jump, so you have that jump free to disengage. And then oh crap, I keep doing that. This fight is exactly what I'm talking about. They're doing the right thing. In fact, their Rhine is actually mega braining you. You didn't see this. You're not expected to see this. Your D.Va should be here with you, really. But you did a good job avoiding it anyway. Because Ryan could stand here and swing at you, but he's taking the opportunity. He doesn't think you're a very good player, so he's going to try and charge you here, right? He's confident. Their Ryan's been kind of, like, he's been getting kind of 20-second shatters this game, so he's confident. Sure, jump back up there. You see Kree? That's a good jump. You sit here, you poke more. Your D.Va's too far in. Okay, good. Okay, here, this is a timing problem. Okay, so you've just watched your D.Va dive up here with you. She does not have boosters. You have to wait. It's good that their entire like front line is here, so they can't hit you, but you are still diving a backline of Kree Hanzo. That is such a large DPS, along with a stun. That's insane. And don't forget they also have a Lucio, so the Lucio can always speed their team back to deal with you too. So you want to make this dive with a D.Va. And I'm going to say it again. If you dive on this box, you press S, you fall here, you don't lose high ground, but you have cover from their team, and they have to peek the whole way around here to hit you, and your team can shoot them. That pressure will force them to not do that, right? But again, we should be diving with D.Va here. This is, even if you're not coming, even if your D.Va's not coming, you can just wait until you know she has boosters, because 90% of the time, she will just follow you. Because that's what D.Vas do, they just follow their monkey around. There's no flash, good. Stop walking forward. Actually, no, never mind, sorry. I didn't see your team was there. This is so risky. Yes, good primal, good primal. Very good primal. It's fine, you still kill Ryan. Okay, now back off, Kree Hanzo kills you. Okay, yeah. Yeah, so again, I was just recognizing the damage output of those two characters. Let's just go back a bit. The other thing you can do here is, because you know that he's not going to stop walking backwards, right? And you know you can keep shooting, you can turn your back and walk backwards at him, so he can't headshot you, so he does less damage. If this bubble is here, it's so much better, right? Like literally like right at the end of your arm, because it covers here and it means the Kree Hanzo have to break the bubble to shoot you as you walk into this room. Because I think you take quite a bit of poke damage trying to walk into this room. And you need to, if you're going to engage here, you have to jump that Lucio quicker. Because you weren't expecting to get primal at that point, right? So... You hit the Hanzo back. At this point, you've seen Kree next to you, you've seen Hanzo, and you've seen D.Va use missiles, so I would get the hell out. Your team still has spawn advantage. You win this fight if you survive. We're diving without a D.Va again. You're very lucky not to have died there. Yeah. Again, just don't go for these kills when it's literally their space. Right, it's their space. They have this for free, your team has to push it. I might do a video on the concept of like team space and stuff. Okay, you actually caught the Ana. Again, you need to work on bubble placement, because if you can place these bubbles so that their Ana can't sleep you, it's so much better. But that, I mean, that's honestly probably just because you haven't been playing the game very much. Yes, that'll just come with game experience. Just play the game more. Huge dive. Huge wall. A bit preemptive on the bubble there. You could always dive the high ground behind him again. Nice dive there. You can dive the door here. Good. Bubble's not needed though. You can say bubble, because you want to get these stagger picks. What does the bubble give you? You want to dive hard behind this guy. Yeah, and if you had bubble here, you can stay here. That's the difference. That's the difference between a good dive and a bad dive, is your cooldowns and where your team is. That dive was incredibly risky without your bubble. Primal. Good. Focus Hanzo. Hanzo's alone. Okay, you juked the shatter. You got slapped. Get out. That's really unlucky. Okay. But yeah, the Hanzo's a much better target there. You saw he was completely isolated. Good dive on high ground. Honestly, you could take spaceship here, but... Yeah, you've knocked Kree into his team. He's not going to die to this. So I would focus the Hanzo. I don't know how that pinned you, I'm not gonna lie. The game's bad, Lamel. Ooh, the Rhine swap. If this is calmed, I don't mind it. If it's not, then I really don't like it. Okay, we're going back. Yeah, because without a Lucio, you're not going to do anything. There's so much high ground on this map. Waste of a ball. Waste of a ball. Good. Dive the high ground. Dive the Hanzo. Good. Very good. Kill him. Nice. Good bubble. I would have maybe got an Ana there instead. The mob would have got more value. Okay, and then just kill Lucio. Unlucky. Careful. If May hadn't walled that, you'd be dead. Yeah. This is just you're playing in open space the entire time. You gotta be mindful of the fact that they're respawning and they're gonna be coming back up here. So yeah, I mean you either go and hold this, or you just have to be more careful, play close to the edge. Just maybe give it a glance every couple of seconds just to make sure they're not back yet, you know? Good, you saw the Hanzo was isolated. You do. Okay, so the concept there is brilliant. The concept is amazing. Not only are you diving an isolated target. Where's the arrow? Am I stupid? How does Yana? Is that her? Yeah, it's her. Okay, so not only are you diving an isolated target while you know they don't have the main support up, or the main healer up, but also your jump is placed in a way that boots him even further from his team, which is incredible. The issue you have is you jumped too vertically. So when you're playing Monkey, you obviously have your short jumps, which is where you hold S, you have your long jumps, which is where you look up and hold W, you have your kind of medium jumps where you just hold W and look down. What you've done here is instead of looking kind of, I want to say 35, maybe 40 degrees, to try and jump on this guy as quickly as possible, 45 degrees potentially. Wait, what am I saying? It'd be way more than that. 60 degrees, right? That number doesn't matter. You're looking at an angle to try and dive this guy. You've looked further in the air, so you spend more air time, so he gets an easier shot on you. Because obviously, while Monkey's diving, he has a very predictable arc, right? And Hanzo hits how many shots on you in this time? Let's have a look. Okay, so I think Hanzo hit 2 storm arrows and their Kree shot you twice or something. It doesn't really matter, but what I'm saying is if you do that jump shorter and potentially use bubble quicker, because you've got to remember on that ledge, if you place bubble here, it's going to cover you before you've walked into the doorway, right? Bubble's not just used to win the 1v1. It is used to win the 1v1, but you've got to remember that they do have a team as well, right? And because you're not diving with your diva, this is fine here, because not only are they down one, but this Hanzo is so isolated, it's insane. He's a free kill. So it's fine that you're not with Diva. Diva's protecting your backline from this rush comp that shouldn't be playing on Numbani, and definitely shouldn't be winning on Numbani. Not Numbani, at Gibraltar. But yeah, if you place this bubble here, you get in the doorway with more health, and you kill the Hanzo with more health, and you back off and get healing with more health, right?
Protect the payload.
I'm interested to know how much like Overwatch content you're actually consuming at the minute, because I know you've been taking a lot of breaks from the game. Have you been watching streamers and stuff? Because that might be a good way to start, because you can kind of see how they place the ball. I just have a feeling for where the ball needs to go, you know? I don't sit there and think about it unless it's like a complicated play I'm trying to go for or something. This is fun. This is fine. Not only are you completely safe there, you're also wasting your time, which is good. Good. I'm going to be looking to take space here. This Kree should not be alive. The second you cap this cart, the second that Rhine dies, you push up. You want to take this corner. You want to make sure that these guys don't, one, if they were up here, get back, and two, if they weren't, push up this far, right? You do have Primal, and if you get a kill on the Bat or the Ana here, that's... the cart might have gone from here before. If you kill the Bat or Ana, you might get it around this corner, right? If you can stagger these fights out, it's the easiest way to win low elo games. And I consider low elo below Masters. Or Diamond might be mid elo. But yeah. Diva bombs for no reason and still manages to get lamp out. Okay, I'm assuming we're tabbed out here. We probably shouldn't be doing that. Nice. Yeah, I mean, my team just dies. Unlucky. Again, you could have jumped high ground, seen how they back up, and then chosen your target to go on. So the bridge, that would be. But there, I mean, you are nanoed, so you have a damage resistance, so it's not the worst thing in the world. Your Diva's feeding. You don't kill. Oh, you do, but it's not worth it. Oh my god. Still not worth it. They have spawn advantage. You've used Valk, so you can commit now. Good primary. See, at the start of that, you were using your left click like methodically. Did you see that? And then you kind of panicked when you actually found a target. Let's watch that again. We hold it here. We don't do it until we go for the jump. That's exactly what you want to be doing. But then you throw them too far, and now you're just spamming. That jump up, you're way too low health to be doing that as well. You're 400 HP. That's less than a normal monkey. You feel strong because you're in primal, but you're not. It looked as though you were thinking about bubbling that bomb. Good bubble. Good bubble. Again, we're jumping straight up when we hear this high noon. And we're waking the Rhine up. Yep. Okay, just a little thing here. At this point, we're cleaving them. Our shield is 150 health. What I would do is I would just jump up here and use this cover and just peek to cleave if they come near you. And then you can play off what your team has. You can wait for your cooldowns to come back up. You can... I mean, your D.Va's dead, which is unlucky. You can wait for a play to be made, right? You can wait for a wall to happen. You can wait for a Kree to get a stun. You can wait for a massive anti from your Ana. Or you can just wait for your cooldowns to be ready so you can dive this Kree who's out of position away from supports. They've used Lamp, they're weak, you know, like... Just backing up to take a second to regain resources can be huge. Because again, you end up out in the open again with this high noon. So coming up to last fight here, and they have... I assume you're not out-tracking because it's Diamond. But we should realise that their hands have just popped off, and they haven't used a window yet. Okay, we juke it. You've got to be aware here that your body is sticking out, by the way. It's scary, yeah, this is unlucky. You might get a huge play here. Yeah, again, just take a second to line up your jump first, because you could easily have booped about 3 of them off the map there. Taking too much damage to jump straight in the air. Definitely still winnable. Good. Unlucky. Yeah. We just gotta look at our health bar in primal, I think, sometimes. Progress? I don't think it matters. Yeah. Okay. So I think that game was entirely winnable for your team. I think you could have carried that very easily. So just to summarise quickly, I want to see, if you submit another VOD, I want to see prioritisation of high grounds a lot more. I want to see the understanding that you can cleave from on top of a high ground to get a lot of damage and avoid abilities. I want to see a better dive timing with divas or your other dive characters in your team. I want to see use of natural cover to protect yourself while you regain abilities. And I want to see, in terms of primal mechanics, I want to see the melees being timed properly rather than just spammed. And I think working on your kind of jump placement could help too. Other than that, I think that's pretty much it, to be honest. Hope that was helpful for you. Of course, if you hit GM, let's queue. Yeah, if you need anything else, send me a DM or use the Reddit. yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed. If you enjoyed the video, please leave a like and subscribe. It really does help me out. If you guys want to follow all my content, you can follow me on Twitch and Instagram and Twitter at FREAKSHOW_OW. I haven't streamed in a while, but I'm going to start because I'm peaking again on SR, on ranked. And I've got holidays in a week, so I should have 3 weeks of being able to play the game, which is good. So I'm going to be grinding ladder. So if you guys want to come support, hang out, I'm always up for doing educational stuff if that's what you guys would like. So yeah, I'll see you guys next time.